we jump into the news, and it is worth noting 2 days from today, Thursday, March 30th, is the multiverse of matches, Multiverse United, Only the Strong Survive, New Japan and Impact Wrestling start the festivities alongside WrestleMania weekend. And then we move to Supercard of Honor on Friday with the go home episode of SmackDown and also the normal episode of Rampage. And then alongside of that is Stand and Deliver on Saturday, and then WrestleMania Night 1. Of course, we've gone through this schedule so many times that we've lost track, but we gotta jump back before we jump forward, and the jumping back is AEW stars apparently don't want Punk back in AEW. In what was an interesting report from Wade Keller of the PW Torch, it seems like a majority of talent in AEW don't want Punk back. After his deleted Instagram post last week, they don't want him back because a lot of bullshit drama. A lot of bullshit drama that doesn't need to be abound. That doesn't need to be abound and doesn't need to be a part of it. The fact of the matter is, I completely agree, but it ain't just on Punk. Because, I just feel like it was on everybody for how they handled the situation and not just Punk. Yes, Punk could have handled the situation initially better, but to say it's all his fault and nobody else's, I think that's a little bit of a stretch, in my opinion. But Mox is going to be on his wife's podcast, with the Sessions with Renee Paquette, and apparently the discussion they will discuss the Punk situation and what happened with CM Punk. It's like I said before the initial report last week where I did a specific video just on the Punk situation. I really have nothing else to say about it, to be honest with you. I really just have nothing else to say about it, to be honest with you. It's a shame that this happened the way it did. It's a shame that the situation happened the way it did. Every aspect of it, it's just a shame. It really is just a shame, to be honest with you. I wish it didn't happen the way it did. I wish Punk would have been able to go out on his own. I, for one, was one of the people that expected Punk to be gone after a couple months. After probably a year or so. Get the dream matches out of the way. Yada, 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 yada. But I think it also kind of points to what I made a point to mention a couple weeks ago. And that is that AEW has a bad habit of leaning too much on the talent that is already established and not doing enough to establish their own talent and have the identity of their company not be Mox, Jericho, Danielson, have it be MJF, Darby Allin, and Jack Perry. You know what I mean? And I know that it's going to happen where that will eventually be the case. But for the identity of AEW to be former WWE stars, that's not a good look for AEW, as it shouldn't just be former WWE stars. And right now it isn't, as Max is doing his best to become one of the identifying characters of AEW. But, with Punk as world champion, with Mox as the number one contender, and Jericho always hovering around the top of the card, I'm just saying it looks better now without Punk. I just wish things would have went different for CM Punk at AEW. But, that's just me. Mini update on the Hall of Fame, as I think with the fact that right now we only have 4 people going into the Hall of Fame, and the update on the Warrior Award, as the Warrior Award is going to be announced at the Hall of Fame by Dana Warrior. It's the it is the award given out in the memory to commemorate the memory of the Ultimate Warrior ever since Warrior passed away. You know, they've done it since Warrior passed away, so on and so forth. The fact of the matter is, I think that there's got to be other Hall of Fame. There's got to be other inductees, at least one more inductee into the Hall of Fame. Especially if the company is going to go with the Legacy Award, which the Legacy Award, again, could be announced the day of. But they need someone else, hopefully a referee, to go into the Hall of Fame. Because, as I mentioned in the past, I believe it was yesterday when we spoke about Stacy Keibler, it would be much deserved for somebody like Earl Hebner or Mike Chioda, Charles Robinson, Jimmy Corderas, somebody like that. I think more likely Earl Hebner or Jimmy Corderas. I mean, Earl Hebner or Mike Chioda or maybe Little Nate. But that's just my opinion, as I think, like I said, it's much deserved for a referee to go into the Hall of Fame. It would be much deserved for a referee to go into the Hall of Fame. And I think this year is the year to do it. On Raw, though, Finn Balor did make it clear that the Demon will be back for WrestleMania in his match against Edge. And also, if that wasn't enough, the classic steel cage is back. The classic Hell in a Cell is back for WrestleMania. So we are done with the red. We're back to the gray. And I don't know about you, but I, for one, am happy. I will be happy to see the gray cage. The gray cage back for the Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania. Because even though I did like the red cage, I much prefer the gray cage. The gray cage is much more appealing and much better than the red cage was, in my opinion. I mean, I know it might be divisive. It might be divisive where people might say differently and may have a difference of opinion. But the fact of the matter is, the gray cage, in my opinion, is better than the red one. Simple as that. Let me know your opinion on that down in the comment section. According to reports from various outlets, including a widely known belt designer, a new belt has been made for WWE. It is unclear what the belt is or what it has to do with, but it is very likely that maybe this is WWE's answer to splitting up the belts, and maybe they will just keep the belt, keep the Undisputed Championship. If I was WWE, this is what I would do. I would keep it, make it the Undisputed WWE Championship, and get rid of the Universal aspect of it, because I think a lot of people don't like the Universal title to begin with, so getting rid of the Universal title would not be something that would catch much flack, but it's also the fact that you can't get rid of the WWE Championship. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't get rid of the WWE title. But my question is, what would be the new championship? Right now, there have been rumors over the last couple of weeks that WWE could be bringing back, that Triple H would want to bring back the Winged Eagle or the Big Gold Belt, as he is a history buff, and I think in my opinion, the Big Gold Belt or the Winged Eagle are two much better designs than the Universal title, and I understand why WWE has gone with the Universal title-esque designs for marketing purposes and uniformity and all that good stuff, but the fact of the matter is, a better belt design is a better belt design, no matter how you twist it, or no matter how you look at it. A better belt design is a better belt design. And I think that the Universal title is an okay design, but that the titles of the past were better designed titles. Simple as that. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. But now we move over to AEW as WWE has given us enough news today. Actually, wait, we got one more thing to talk about from WWE, and that is that there are a number of reports saying that a number of stars that have been out of commission, I guess is the right word. We've spoken about Randy Orton already, but Matt Riddle, AJ Styles, Big E, and Shinsuke Nakamura have been rumored to be a part of WrestleMania in some form or fashion, or at least be in Los Angeles for WrestleMania in some form or fashion. The fact of the matter is, we don't know where or how they will be a part of it, but there have been rumors of AJ Styles, Matt Riddle, Randy Orton, Big E, and Shinsuke Nakamura being included in WrestleMania, being in Los Angeles in some form or fashion. But the fact of the matter is, I think AJ, and Shinsuke and probably Riddle would probably be better off appearing after WrestleMania, or more likely to appear after WrestleMania. As far as Big E and Randy Orton, they could appear at WrestleMania, but I think it's more likely that maybe you're talking about access, WrestleMania access, as opposed to anything else. But the fact of the matter is, this means we do have some major surprises to look forward to once WrestleMania comes. Once WrestleMania is in the rear view and we look to the Raw and SmackDown after Mania. We got a lot of people who have been gone for a number of weeks and a number of months. Almost a year. Almost a year for some of them. Randy Orton's been gone almost a year, and Big E's been gone over a year. But we got a lot of people to look forward to coming back following WrestleMania. We got a little bit more news to get to also, we got a little bit more news to get to also. So we will end this here, and I will see you in the next video.